Angry Birds is one of the most popular games ever made, but I'm sure we've all thought, wouldn't it just be even better if it was 3D and that red bird had an assault rifle? So I opened a new project, made a floor, and immediately started working on the player, which was going to be the red Angry Bird. Now, as of right now, he is just a white circle, but it meant I could easily stick a camera on him, and now you can look around. But if this is going to be a shooter game, then we should probably be able to move. So I got to work on that, which was kind of a hassle, mainly because I decided to do all the movement by applying impulse, which meant I had to manually code these clamps on the velocity, and detect when the player was and wasn't jumping, otherwise you would just accelerate. Yip yap, yip yap. Essentially, now you can look and move around and jump, and you're still a white circle, but more importantly, we're still missing guns. Now, the first step of adding guns would probably be letting the player pick up and drop the gun, which, Don't even worry, it works great now. And I even set up an aiming system where it zooms in when you hold right click. So I think it's finally time to actually put the Angry Bird into the game. But that meant I had to open Blender. And here it is. And you know, honestly, I think it actually looks pretty good. I mean, especially considering, like, I don't even... Yeah, no, it turns out I don't actually know how to export a mesh properly. So, you know, I went back and I watched some tutorials to try and, like, fix the problem and see what I'd done wrong. Unfortunately, that made it worse. And at that point, I just decided to scrap using Blender entirely and instead attempted to make the entire mesh inside Unreal Engine using prefab cubes and squares, which I thought wasn't going to work at all, but it surprisingly actually turned out pretty good. And now there is finally an actual Angry Bird in the game. Oh yeah, and then while I was at it, I just went and made this mesh for the pig as well. Now, just like in normal Angry Birds, the pigs are going to be the bad guys in my game too, but we still don't have a way to gun them down. So I got to work. First, I made a better model for the pistol, and then I made the gun actually shoot. However, the pistol shoots a bit fast, so I slowed down the fire rate and also added this automatic rifle. The only other problem was that it was kind of hard to see where the bullets were going, so I made this tracer particle that follows the bullet's path. And now you can actually shoot the pigs. They don't die, they just kind of get launched into the air. But I'm gonna fix that later. Right now, there's still another crucial aspect of the original Angry Birds that's missing in my game, and that's walls for the pigs to hide behind. So I made this wall, but knocking it down did not feel fun at all. And in the real Angry Birds, walls can actually be destroyed. And that's when I discovered the fracture mode in Unreal Engine, which meant I could split the mesh into several pieces that break apart on impact. So I was messing around with that because it was actually really satisfying, and it suddenly gave me a brilliant idea of how I could stop the pigs from flying into the sky when you shoot them. It gets worse. Wait, not that. I immediately stacked like 300 pigs into a large cube. And then my PC crashed. But now there's walls, guns, and you can actually shoot at the pigs. So I decided to actually get back to work and put everything together into a level. However, similarly to a newborn suffering from severe osteogenesis imperfecta, the structure immediately crumbled into a million pieces. But not to worry, I got it standing properly. So all we really need now is the slingshot so that the bird can get over here. So I made one of those. And it only took a bit to configure, but now it works great, and you can actually attack the pig's base. There's honestly so many different ways that you can take out the pig's base. I mean, you can either just gun them all down, or what's really fun is if you break down the support beams, and then the structure just kind of crumbles in on itself. And I mean, some of the pigs just fall into the void, and then the rest of them, you can kind of pick them off like through the rubble, you know, because they're buried under the structure of them. They're effectively crushed under this whole like building that's fallen on top of them. And anyway, watch this cool trick shot. And you might think, well, isn't this a bit too easy? I mean, you could have at least made a way for the pigs to shoot back at you or something. And yeah, I mean, I thought about giving the pigs guns as well, but in the original Angry Birds, the pigs just sit there. And I mean, ultimately, I just didn't want to veer too far off of what the original game is like. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe.